Hey, good morning. This is Major Harding back with another edition of Building Buzz. I'm here today with Paul Lajoie, who's just written a new book, and we're going to talk about that. Hey, welcome.
Hey,
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So talk about your book, Exit Plan.
Okay, a little bit of background before we get into the book. So for the last 25 years, I've just been buying, selling, operating small businesses, probably about around 15. CPA from an education standpoint, so I'm kind of nerdy a little bit on taxation and things like that, and we get into that book a little bit. But what it is I'm kind of paying it forward a little bit. So those people that maybe have a W-2 job, teacher, maybe military, and they're just like, okay, I want to change my life. I want to buy a small business, but I have no idea what to do. That's what this book is for.
Awesome.
Right. We're going to help you find a business. We're going to help you value that business. We're going to help you understand taxation and how to minimize that. Just setting up payroll, setting up sales tax, what contracts you need written, what the closing process is going to be, what type of insurance do I need, and all that sort of stuff. So it's just kind of a blueprint.
Very detailed.
Of how to go from A to Z. And there's a bunch of examples of the many hundreds of mistakes that I've made in here that hopefully you won't replicate as well.
Sure.
Because it really took me about 10 years to figure it out. So if you read this book, you can figure out everything you need to know probably in a few hours.
Right. What size companies are you looking at when you're looking at mergers, acquisitions, or buying a business? What kind of, is there a dollar volume that you're looking at, trying to target?
Probably somebody that's buying their first small business, you're probably going to be an enterprise valuation, probably maybe $1 million to maybe $2 million is the value of the business that you're probably looking at.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit about the book.
Okay. It literally is just a blueprint. So we can kind of just go through the chapters.
That's fine. Yeah, sure.
To kind of give an idea of what's out there. Know yourself first, right? You got to understand who you are, what you're good at and what you're not good at, things like that. Breaking the fear of leaving the W-2 is massive, right? So we talk about that a lot, right?
That steady income, knowing you're having a paycheck,
the benefits, and you're leaving all of that world, right? Your new circle of influence. You need to hang out with different people, right? It's kind of what we talk about there. Understanding true wealth. What does that really mean? It's not necessarily accumulation of a bunch of dollars, but more freedom. And that's what we're trying to drive home. What businesses to buy, what businesses not to buy. Right. So there's a bunch I like, there's a bunch I don't like, right? Especially for first-time people, right?
So let's move forward because we're running out of time, but let's go to the last chapter. Where does this wrap up? How do you summarize the exit plan?
Well, man, it's as much as you're planning to exit your W-2, the last chapter is how to exit your small business you just purchased. Sure. So you're talking about beginning with the end in mind is really what that is. So that's kind of the last chapter, because once you buy this, your exit plan 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years down the road, you need to start planning for it now.
Sure. Are you working on any acquisitions now?
Oh yeah, all the time. I'm still buying companies myself and obviously helping people find theirs.
Okay. Is there a website you use?
Yep, BizBuyPro.com.
BizBuyPro.com. All right. Well, thanks for joining us for another edition of Building Buzz in Jacksonville. Thank you again, Paul, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thanks.
All right.